Hello, hello, hey, hi everybody, social media family. Being whatsoever races, but then not necessarily being of whatever walks of life, practicing such a society lifestyle preferences, compared on to any visitors who may could have possibly come or be or that thought. And being that because I myself personally cannot or could not possibly hang with anybody and everybody. You know how that is. People's places and things, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, in the wrong crowd, for that some stuff to give them on time, be it for Palooza or whatever else for that matter. You know, Palooza. Well, hopefully not as one was vaccinated or the futuristic apocalyptic zombies. You know, being a wish just springs to mind. What that being my personal have to speak upon for this particular social media broadcast or video, as I would think of it with my intention to record it, or something being of which I had become subjected to experiencing most recently, coming from a certain or particular proverbial neighbor from hell, dickhead prick, male character, or likes of this time, being the public nuisances of problem neighbors, being of whom continues to disregard and or disrespect the rights and privileges of their fellow neighbors, as well as continue to likewise violate their apartment rental leases, as they would have some such other neighbors contacting the management or landlords upon them, as well as try to think of it with my intentions to make contact with the police to address the issue of the likes of them continuing to come off like proverbial neighbors from damn hell, dickhead pricks, or public nuisances of problem neighbors, idiots, and are sickos, not to mention creeps. You know. But anyway, though, let me first of all get into the basic intro before I were to possibly go into the subject matter or the topic of discussion at hand. Being as it is, for a given subject matter of an argument to be gone about, debated, with many different views and opinions to be associated with that being of the same as said question and the former previous prior mention thereof. Again, how you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay. If not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right. Or not best of all to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed. Wearing my watch around my neck until I get a new wristband watch. Because somebody cut the wristband to it upon premises of properties, either for a local vicinity area address, locations, mass transit, as well as it could have been for the atmosphere of a place of business, be it public or private. Anyway, getting back to what I was trying to say, to finish up as and complete the basic intro before I were to get into the subject matter or topic of discussion or argument to be debated. And as I think of with that, my master intention, just try to backtrack here. Purpose being on, so I can go on following to continue for win-win. That my person had last left off, so I can finish up as and complete a form previous prior line thought and that same support. Yes, hopefully everyone is feeling at least okay If not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right. Or if not best of all to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, too blessed, possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, family, friends, hopefully. You and mine, likewise, as well, are all the same. Or hopefully, anybody and everybody being the members of my social media family, as well as any visitors to my own personal channel, chat room, and our comment section will be feeling much better than what I myself can or could possibly be feeling like as a present moment time. As a result of developments for my having possibly become subject to experiencing foul play coming from a certain proverbial neighbor from hell, being the likes among the dime a dozen public nuisances of problem neighbors. Dealing with an issue that has to be resolved in its own right. And now that I've gotten the preliminaries or the basic intro out the way, then let me just dive into it or jump into the conversation or dialogue or subject matter at hand or topic of discussion or given an argument to be debated. Many different views and opinions to be associated with some and such. And regardless of whether or not I were to speak upon another, some such other, in addition to that or this particular one. But then as I will give the greeting, I will speak upon a subject matter, a topic of discussion, or give an argument that I will to speak upon any more or not. And then last but not least, I will give the conclusion of the matter in closing for a particular social media broadcast or video, as I will usually do, or any, in which I could possibly have recorded in the past, or that being or those I could record at the present, or any in which I can or could possibly record in the future. Anyway, though, you all, I woke up this morning, trying to greet the day as it comes along, as every day is supposed to be a new day. Like no two snowflakes are the same, or like each and every snowflake is unique. So I woke up this new day to start afresh. Only to find out that I looked at one of my arms, I noticed there being a puncture wound there. It shouldn't be there. So automatically, obviously, evidently, I get to think about this one proverbial neighbor from hell, dickhead prick, of a male character among the dime a dozen public nuisance and problem neighbors, being of the likes of a real psychopath, sociopath, sadomasochist, sadist, Cali bully, and terrorist wannabe. Disregard what you heard in the background much earlier. It's just one of these creeps as well as crazies and crackpots or cranks, whom I had mentioned earlier. So I looked at my arm. I said, what the damn hell happened here? And which it don't look like it's a mosquito mark, but like somebody had took something sharp and punctured me. Well, hopefully they inject something else in it. You know what I'm saying? And my arm is kind of stinging. So I may have to, or could possibly have to, pay a visit to a local vicinity area, neighborhood community hospital, and then do follow up at a medical clinic, because this shouldn't be here, And so I'm thinking this crazy MF or sick SOB of a neighbor from damn hell did this here with his faggoty, possibly worse yet, closet faggot self, because I wasn't looking forward to that. So I had to postpone practically, possibly everything else at the moment, so that I can record this, so I can have it for my own record, as well as I wish to share with you all to get your views and our opinions upon these matters, to let me know whether or not that any of you all, persons among yourself, have become subject to experiencing certain neighbors of the likes that I have at the present moment, especially this particular one who is a real crazy motherfucker, Let me say that crazy young actor, a social reject. And it takes all kinds to make a world. You know, this sick son of a bitch as he is. Um, male character. So I'm like, what the? I'm looking at my arm. I'm like, oh, hell damn no. And if I would attach anybody in my apartment, in place of residence that don't belong within the atmosphere for this premises property, there would be damn hell to pay. You know, unless one is, you know, like the management personnel, or landlord, or maintenance personnel, etc. Or anybody that's, you know, supposed to legitimately be within the atmosphere upon the premises properties. You know, and that's including, you know, social workers or doctors or nurses or lawyers or attorneys or police officials or police officers, etc. You know. And this shouldn't be here on my arm, you know. I'm not saying, damn it, crazy MF, sick SOB bastard. You know. And this is happening today for some of a couple few or so last days for the hottest month for summer season in a calendar year, as we have it for August, you know, right? Whereas the weather's temps is enough to have to deal with, you know, and to find that somebody has taken the liberty to orchestrate, initiate, and or perpetrate some kind sort or type of foul play against my person of that nature, you know, which I had mentioned earlier, as I was saying, you know, stating for the record, being as it is the said in question, and or likewise of the former previous prior mention, you know. And whereas I have yet to take care of my personal hygiene, but I had to postpone that for now so I can record this here to let you all know, as well as to have it for my own personal record, you know, so that I won't be so soon to forget that there are certain crazy as well as stupid and creepy characters in the building where I live personally, as well as they could be found elsewhere. For other vicinity area, neighborhood community, building address locations, you know. And especially if any be other life, you know, being a proverbial neighbor from hell, a public nuisance of problem neighbors are other likes of closet rapists and or closet pedophiles, you know, as well as closet muggers and closet killers or murderers, etc. Talk about the what's that character name? The BTK killer. Then one neighbor reminds me of, you know, the late JWG and the late JD, you know, the late JWG, John Wayne Gacy, and the late JD, Jeffrey Dahmer, or whereas he misbehaves like the real life Silence of the Lambs movie flick male character. Uh, or Hollywood, California, Hollywood, weird California motion picture production, you know, character. Than a real life version. Yeah, so I'm waking up. I'm saying this on my arm. You'll bear with me. Haven't eaten anything much for the day, so I'm eating now. I missed the soup kitchen behind us here. You know, waking up this morning, finding this on my arm. Then it's supposed to be on disability check day, as well as it could be considered as public aid check day. Yeah, so I'm looking at this at my arm. I'm like, what the, you know. So I'm pretty much so devastated behind this here. Because like I said before, so I said again, it should not even be here. And for a day, where's my TikTok features are supposed to be reactivated once again after I had a suspension for quite a number of days, whereas I couldn't post anything or place any comments to anybody else's videos and so forth. Anyway, though, on this last note of interest, I'm gonna have to conclude. By saying, as I want to get to this his shower and then wash myself up and then go about my business otherwise for the necessary business I had to take care of my own personal interests for my own personal survival plan and program and to see about elderly female relative. I still have yet to get that business taken care of. To see if I can get the power of attorney transferred from a peer sibling relative to me, to I myself, because these other peer sibling members of my own immediate personal family household could care less about this elderly female person, a relative of ours, unless I suspect that they had established a life insurance policy claim upon her so that they can collect in the event of she herself passing away. In the meantime, I suspect they are making her become subject to experiencing elder abuse, being of which is just as devastating as child abuse. Then I'm about to wrap this up before the Maury dickhead prick Hovish television show comes on the air after this particular news channel station that I'm watching. One of the most stupidest ass, ridiculously ignorant and insane, ludicrous TV shows that I have ever watched or viewed as a spectator. That's why I don't watch it anymore. Because it's ignorant and insane. Or it's stupid and sick, the content of it, Maury Povich show. One of the most stupidest ass TV shows on the idiot box. To be compared on to the Jerry Springer show. And I don't watch either of those two shows anymore. But anyway, though, I apologize for cussing and swearing that I'm doing. Practically, my pastor cussing and swearing like I can say that. As I wish to leave you all with this here. If you have not accepted Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I will hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your vein by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done upon the cross of Calvary as he did, sacrificing himself at the hands of Roman soldiers upon the orders of their superiors, religious and otherwise, Pharisees, Sadducees, centurions, emperors, etc. But nevertheless, he went to that cross of Calvary to become a perfect sacrifice. Only sacrifice for you as well as for me, so that us being of whatsoever race and whatever walks of life, passing other society, lifestyle preferences, being on the old, young, like both sexual gender, representing not only the human species but global community within his post 911 era word to experience that of salvation coming from him. You would not have to worry about, damnation of hell, but you would be able to go to heaven once you leave this world. You all take care and be safe. Peace.